Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, The Gardening Gent. My name is Mike, and you are here to learn about the 5 reasons you should be growing or gifting Amaryllis, and I'm glad you're here. So before we get into that, I just want to share a little bit about myself. I am a lifelong gardener, and I think that probably stems from my growing up in Southwest Wisconsin on a dairy farm. My parents and my 3 siblings, we had a large vegetable garden where we grew all kinds of vegetables, a lot of potatoes. And then just in general, growing up on a farm, we grew corn, hay, soybeans, peas that we had as crops. So just all of that really gave me an appreciation, I think, and love for growing things and watching things grow. There's just something amazing about growing things, and then just gardening itself. It's relaxing, amazing, miraculous. And with that experience growing up and throughout my adulthood, I've developed a real green thumb. So I've always wanted to create a channel to share my experience and tips with the things that I have grown. My plan for this channel is to share my knowledge of how to grow all my favorite things, primarily focused on flowers to start, because who doesn't want or love to grow those? But also we'll get into houseplants as well, and perhaps some vegetables later on. So I hope that you will like and subscribe to my channel and follow along with me on the things that I want to share with all of you. Anyway, back to the Amaryllis. Their scientific name is hippeastrum, so you may also see or hear of them being called that. They are a bulbous plant that originates from the tropical regions of South America. So, without further ado, let's get into the 5 reasons why you should be growing these amazing plants or giving them as gifts. Reason number 1, they are magical plants. So when you buy an Amaryllis bulb for the first time or given one, it's kind of miraculous and magical in the sense that you just get this bulb, and it's this big bulb, and a lot of people are like, what is this? Because there's a lot of people still that have never seen these or grown them, and they're just kind of magical because you plant this bulb and they'll send out a flower spike, a lot of times with no leaves, so they're just kind of unusual in that way. Sometimes they'll shoot out some leaves. So they're kind of a little bit weird, a little bit different than other plants. And once that flower spike comes out of the bulb, it grows pretty rapidly. And depending upon the variety, whether it's a single-petaled variety or a double-petaled, it'll produce 4 blooms. Sometimes I get up to 6 on a single-petaled variety. And then the double-petaled sometimes will do 3 to 4 per flower spike. But it all depends upon the size of the bulb too. But anyway, they're just unusual. They make a great gift because they are so magical. So definitely need to grow these or give them. Reason number 2, they're beautiful. So they come in a wide range of colors. Colors range from pinks, reds, whites, bicolors. Some even have speckles. Some of them almost look like a greenish color when you get into a variety called Luna. And the flowers are huge. So a lot of times they can be the size of your hand. So besides being beautiful and very large blooms and sort of showstoppers when you see them, they come in single and double petaled varieties. The single ones look more like a lily type flower versus the double petaled, which are very lush and full. A lot of times I've had and grown some of those that almost remind me of a peony and the way that they look. Reason number 3 is they are plentifully available, especially this time of the year and beginning in November and into the holidays. You will find at your big box stores, so Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, I've seen have them as well. They will carry them, and typically in a kit that includes a pot, and it'll have like a package with soil that you rehydrate with water. And with those, you'll find the very common varieties of White Christmas, which is a solid white, also Red Line, which is a solid red, and Minerva, which is a red and white. variety. And then also you will see apple blossom, which is a white and pink variety, which looks just like the name. It looks like the colors are just like an apple blossom. So you'll find the very common varieties in your big box stores. I would recommend visiting your local nursery instead. And the reason for that is the bulbs are much bigger and they'll have a lot more varieties, including those spectacular double-petaled varieties. With Amaryllis bulbs, size really does matter. So the bigger the bulb, the more blooms and more flower stalks you'll get. So I only buy my bulbs at the local nurseries. And not only are you getting a better quality bulb, bigger bulb that's going to produce more flowers, it's also good to support your small businesses. When you do buy the bulbs at your local nursery, you will generally just find the bare bulb itself. And they usually run around $20, which is more than the kit that you'll buy at the big box stores, but it's worth it because you're just going to get a much more bountiful harvest of flowers. When you do buy the bulb at the local nursery, if you don't already have a pot, you'll want to get a pot that is around 1 to 2 inches bigger in diameter than the bulb itself. Amaryllis bulbs like to be root bound, so you don't want to buy a big, huge pot, and that's really not necessary. You also want to make sure that the pot has a drainage hole, and then if you plant it in soil with the pot, I just use the typical potting soil that you can buy, nothing fancy. And I water it about once a week, and they really don't need a lot of water. You can also grow Amaryllis bulbs in water, like over some pebbles. So I've seen some people do that, but I never have done that because it's better to have them in soil so they get nutrients from the soil, the bulb itself, while it's blooming. And they're not necessarily really going to get that too well just growing in water. Plus, you also have the danger of, if you're not careful, if the bulb is sitting in water at all, it could rot. No matter if you're growing it in water or soil, as the flower spike is growing, you'll have to rotate it because it will grow towards the light, and you want to put it into a sunny spot and rotate it so that flower spike stays straight. Reason number 4, yearly blooms. So when you invest in an Amaryllis bulb, and as I mentioned, I only buy mine at the local nurseries and spend a little bit more money, not only is that a worthwhile investment because you're getting more flowers, you're at a good starting point with a bigger bulb because you can plant that Amaryllis bulb and have it bloom year after year after year. And with proper care, they can bloom up to 20 years or more. So you can pass them down generationally. And I told my daughter, for example, who's 19, that when I someday pass away, that I would be giving her all my Amaryllis bulbs. But she didn't seem too interested in that, unfortunately. But that's one of the cool things about it. You can easily have them bloom year after year after year. Reason number 5 is they are very easy to grow. So they're super easy. As I mentioned, I plant mine in soil, give it some water, and they'll start shooting out a flower spike and bloom within 4 to 6 weeks after you plant them. Sometimes they'll bloom even faster. I just bought one at my local nursery that was just sticking out of the bulb, the flower spike, and then 2 weeks later it was blooming. It sent out a very short flower spike and then just decided to bloom. And I'll show a video of it here. So sometimes they'll surprise you, and that's part of the magic of having them. But generally, 4 to 6 weeks after you plant them. There are also wax bulbs that you can buy, which are super easy because you don't even have to put those in soil or anything. You can just set them out and they'll bloom, and they're just basically blooming without water or anything and just totally using all the energy from the bulb itself. You can get those to rebloom, but of course, you would have to take all the wax off of it. Stay tuned for an upcoming video that I'll post and explain what you do after the Amaryllis blooms and how you take care of it the rest of the year and how you can get it to rebloom over and over again. So there you have it, the 5 reasons why you should be growing or gifting Amaryllis. They are really amazing plants, and it's easy to become addicted to them. I have many varieties and you kind of start collecting them. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I will be posting another video very soon of all of the varieties I've grown with videos of all of them so you can see them. And then I will also be posting after that a video of how to care for these amazing plants so you can get them to bloom year after year and enjoy them for many, many years.